is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artists, and we listen to all of the records. We rank them from worst to best, and we try to have a good time doing it. Give our biggest banger from each of them if we got it. Before we start that, we usually do our 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge, which I did not do today. I keep forgetting. I keep failing the assignment and not doing it. So
it's like high school all over again.
Yeah, it's kind of true. Man, high school is a joke. Such a waste of time.
It was fun though.
It had its moments, certainly, yeah, but overall it was pretty much a waste of time.
You learned stuff.
Learned some stuff. But
I think like the amount of stuff that we learned in 4 years of high school probably could have been condensed down to like 1 year.
I agree.
Of stuff we actually learned, and that's sad.
Yes. But
that's sad.
We all graduated high school, so we're all good.
We supposedly.
Oh, I have my degree.
Remember there's one. Oh, that's college. Never mind.
That was one
college. Of our friends who said like, remember one of our friends said they graduated a certain college, and we like, I wonder, and then we like investigated. Remember?
Yeah. Well, you guys, we did.
Yeah.
Found out that he, in fact, did not graduate college.
It's a weird thing to lie about because like, college is dumb too.
Yeah, that's true too. Anyway, yeah. So, did you do 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge? God damn.
Of course,
dude.
I did.
All right. So, what do you got?
I will say too, like the 5 years I spent in college. Once I turned 21 and then found that Round Table Pizza had the bar in it underneath, like in the bowling alley of my college.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Pat and I spent many beers there, and then I went to a lot of classes. Pretty toasty. So.
I like to hear it. That's what I like to hear.
That was probably like my favorite thing in college was to show up to class. Like I shouldn't be this drunk in class right now. But hey, man, C's get degrees, and that's what I did.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, so I did do
alive.
I did do my 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge's.
So what do you got?
And it was pretty easy. But this time it's kind of like an anecdote. It's a fun little story. I'm sure you read this, but backstage at one of their concerts, there was some type of scuffle that stemmed from an on-stage incident between the bass player Aaron.
I don't remember his name.
I don't know how to say his name. It's Arion. It sounds like a Pokemon.
I would say Ariana
Grande. Anyway, Aaron had apparently come out when Green Day was playing and gave Mike Dirnt like a bear hug, and it pissed him off. And something happened, and nobody really knows. Both counts are different. But it ended with Aaron smashing a beer bottle over Mike Dirnt's head.
Fucking hell. That's gnarly.
And I was like, dude, that's fucking dope, man. That's cool. Like, and then the heyday of Green Day being like the punk rockers they were, like, yeah, fucked up by the bass player from Third Eye Blind. Okay. That's cool. All right.
Oh, that's so good. So good.
Yeah, and then Green Day to Blink.
There you go. That's a connection, dude.
That's one.
That is all you got?
I also did one just because I don't have a lot of notes on most of these records because I just don't give a fuck about most of these records.
Yeah,
so,
I would agree.
There we go.
So, yeah, Third Eye Blind, 7 records. We're going to rank from worst to best, give our biggest banger from each of them, try to have a good time. So, yeah, what do you got for number 7? The worst Third Eye Blind record. Go.
None of these were like terrible. Just some of these are fucking boring. Dopamine, their 5th record. This is just like, this was beyond boring for me. This was a struggle to get through. I thought this was pretty bad, pretty dumb, but this is Steven's like favorite record, or according to one of the many interviews I read where he jerks himself off constantly. But he said this was like his favorite record, and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And we'll get more into Steven and how he just refuses to acknowledge Kevin and that part of the band in that era. So I think it's so funny and pathetic. But the closing track on this one called "Say It," it was a fucking dope song. Say it, don't spray it. It was a nice slow burn. It was like 6 minutes long, and I thought like after this horrible album that I endured, at least I ended on a good note, on like a Goodbye Sky Harbor type song. I was happy with it,
but not nearly as good.
Not nearly as good, no.
Yeah. All right, my number 7 is also Dopamine, 5th record from 2015. This album it's just really flat, boring. They throw some electronic stuff in here, but in the end, it's just forgettable. I don't know. It's not for me at all. Some people probably love it, and that's fine. I'm glad you like it, but not for me. I think it's just really boring, really flat. So I have no banger. Let's move on to number 6. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Number 6, their 7th record, Our Band Apart. And it's cool that they spelled band like that. That's always fun.
With an E at the end.
Band like this. Yeah. This band's a really fun band, and they do fun stuff like that all the time. Well, not. Psych. But this was better than I expected. It's just still like, bleh, bleh. Because I thought like, dude, you're 7 albums deep, right? Like, there's no fucking way. You're like recapturing their self-titled days. Like, that was 4 albums ago, 3 albums ago. Like, I'm not even concerned with that right now. I just want to hear an album that doesn't suck. Yeah. And this album didn't suck. They lean kind of heavy into like the power pop kind of stuff, which I think they do well, because like you don't fuck that up, right? Like, everybody does good power pop stuff, right? Everclear, and it's just fine. Like, this record's like, meh. Yeah, we're not even at ones yet. This record's like meh.
Yeah,
like, you don't need to listen to this.
And when we speak of ratings, we have a 3-point rating system where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So, yeah, I'm not at a 1 yet either. My number 6 is Screamer from 2019, 6th record. This one has some of that Feldy style production to it, kind of just this like wall of sound that just sounds like just crap, man. It just does not sound good. There's some worships kind of shit going on here. That's worships sounding stuff going on here that I do not like at all. And honestly, the only reason why this is higher than Dopamine is because
your boy.
Who?
No, I'll get there.
Yeah, the only reason why this one is higher is because it's a little bit more exciting. Like, it's a little bit more, a little bit catchier than Dopamine, but otherwise it's not that great of a record. So, what do you have for number 5? Go.
Number 5, Screamer.
Okay.
I don't like this. This record's stupid.
I don't like
but
this.
I ranked this one higher because it was fun to read all the people who helped these songs be here, get here. And your boy, Billy Corgan, he helped write one of these songs.
Oh, okay.
That's all sucks.
I didn't see that.
It was stupid, but they had a lot of people, a lot of outside people, which they've never done, come in and help write songs. I just thought that was funny. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, if you can't make your own record, just don't make a fucking record, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to just have all
Blink.
these people come in.
Yeah.
If you can't make it fun, at least Blink has some strong fucking melodies in every single record they put out, no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
Like, Third Eye Blind does not. Stephen Jenkins has been out of ideas since Blue.
I guess that's why
Blue barely squeaked by.
I noticed that the Rick Beato interview he did a few months ago, he brought up Billy Corgan a lot. But I guess now it makes sense. They're friends, and he co-wrote on. I didn't even read that Billy Corgan co-wrote on this record. I really just kind of zoned out on Screamer. I really
Screamer.
Really
it's just again, it's not a good record. I'm not even at a 1 still. I just thought it was interesting to read the people that helped write some of these songs.
Yeah,
that was it. That's the only reason why it's even not the last place here.
All right. So my number 5 is Our Band Apart, newest record, 7th record from 2021. There's really still nothing here. I feel like they're going back a little bit to the first record, more just trying to write better indie rock songs, power pop songs, but nothing quite hits. It's not a banger, but it's close to a banger. It's Dust Storm, How We Hold Each Other Right Now. That song's pretty good. Has a very kind of like Cure sound, bass driven song. Kind of has that kind of ethereal thing going on that the Cure always did in the 80s. So I hear a lot of that on this song. But otherwise it's more of the same, honestly, more of the same. I don't have much to say about these records because what did you tell me yesterday or a couple days ago? You said he writes good songs, but he just can't find the melody or something like that.
Yeah.
What'd you write? It was something like that.
For Kevin, because Kevin's solo stuff, and I listened to some of Kevin's solo stuff, and I was like,
I did too.
Like, guy's just like really, really good songwriter, just cannot like write a melody to save his life.
Yeah. Oh, were you talking about Kevin or were you talking about Steven?
Well, the opposite. Like, they're both the opposite. Like, Kevin is a great songwriter who just can't find a melody.
Yeah.
Steven can find a melody, just doesn't know how to like fully process it into a really good song.
Okay. Yeah. That
Because
makes
there are
sense.
bits and pieces of melodies here, and like you can hear Steven kind of come through and be like, oh, that was a good part. Like, oh, but this song sucks. So
Mhm. All right. So what do you got for number 4?
number 4, Ursa Major. Ursa Major. Is that a star system? I don't know.
Yeah.
Ursa Minor, Ursa Major. Yeah. What do you call them? I'm an astrophysicist.
Astronomer. You're astronomer.
Astronomer. There it is. Same thing. This one, dude. Okay. So here was the biggest takeaway for this one, and I was kind of enjoying myself a little bit. I was like, okay, I can get through this. This ain't bad. But then at one point, like the whole record just stopped, and I swear they were just like chanting religious hymns. And
I remember
was
that
like,
part.
what the fuck is this? And after that, I realized that Third Eye Blind is going to be a miserable listen through. And that's what really started. It was Ursa Major. Like, not a great record, but it wasn't bad until everything just stopped. And then, like, I swear, dude, they were just chanting like religious shit. And it's not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
Because I don't like large lumps of shit in my tea. And that's what this was. So,
Oh man. All right. So my number 4 is Out of the Vein, third record from 2003.
wow.
This is kind of like, I mean, this is the first without Kevin Cadigan on guitar, songwriting as well. And he was just trying to make another self-titled record. That's what this is. But the songs really don't hit as hard. And it's so long after, what is this, 5 years after Blue came out? So it's just like, and new metal had run its course. Emo was coming in at this point. I mean, it's not that Third Eye Blind were has-beens, but they just hadn't done anything really. They haven't done anything worth talking about since Blue, honestly, their last record 5 years prior. So some weird things with this record too. There was a song that he collaborated with Fred Durst on called Misfits, or it actually initially started as a collaboration with Fred Durst. But it was so weird. And then I guess like they kind of worked with Andrew WK as well. Just a lot of weird stuff like that.
It's cool. They're ready to party, dude.
But this album is not a party album. I just thought it was really lackluster. Has a lot less of the heavy stuff that you heard on Blue, because Blue was definitely going somewhere, but just it lacks all heaviness from the prior record or records. Just trying to sound like a pop rock record, which is not a bad thing, but it didn't really hit. There are parts that sound like Anthony Kiedis is he's channeling Anthony Kiedis or Art from Everclear. Like there's a lot of shit on this record like that as well. I just thought, whatever. If I had to pick a banger, it'd be Danger, but otherwise, kind of a forgettable record. So that's my number 4. What do you got for number 3?
Number 3, Blue, baby. Blue.
Wow.
Second.
What?
Yeah, Blue.
Holy shit.
Here we go. Never Let You Go, Deep Inside You, dude, absolute bangers for sure. Like Never Let You Go is fucking amazing, and it's such an iconic song, and like that guitar part that Kevin throws out is just
it's top 5 Third Eye Blind. Top 5 Third Eye Blind.
It's so goddamn good. But the album overall doesn't quite hit as hard as those two songs do. And if you took those two songs out, it's kind of just like, oh, this already sucks. This band already sucks. And like you can tell, like the rift is already formed, right?
Yeah.
Like they're already fighting. They were fighting throughout like the touring of their self-titled, and so going into the studio now, where because their first record blew up and they're worldwide, right? Now they're worldwide, and so you kind of get this record that it's just there's no drive here. Mm-hmm. And this isn't a band dying for a contract and trying to make it big as friends and whatever. Like that drove the first record. That's what made the first record so great. That's what makes like first records of any band kind of just so kind of raw and authentic. It's just like, this is us. Blue is like, for me, this is the sophomore slump at its finest. It just happens to also have two fucking amazing bangers, and one is a beyond banger.
Yeah.
But Blue is not a great record outside of those two songs.
Yeah, you're right. But I'll get more into my thoughts on it eventually. So my number 3 is, I think your banger is Never Let You Go, right? I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
Hands down, it has to be.
Like, I don't even care, dude. I don't even care like how many times that song comes on. Just like Jumper. Like I love that song, but it's better than Jumper for sure.
Oh, 100% better than Jumper. So yeah, my number 3 is Ursa Major, fourth record from '09. This is, I'm not even going to say it's like great or really good. It's just better than everything we've heard. The melodies are a little bit stronger than everything else outside of the first 2 records. I don't know. I don't have much to say about this one. It's just I had a little bit more
boring.
It was a little bit more exciting than everything else, but otherwise, I don't know. Then there was a lot of turmoil in the band as well during this time. People were leaving the band, new members were coming in, lawsuits were happening. This album was supposed to have like an EP that came out with it as well, or after it, called Ursa Minor, of the B-sides. But then because of the lawsuits between the bass player and Steven Jenkins, he was like,
Steven.
he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going to release these. Pretty much, it kind of seemed like as a fuck you, like I don't want to pay you royalties for this EP, so they just never put it out, which is just so petty.
Third Eye Blind will never release a 5th record. I mean, Third Eye Blind will never release a 6th record. Like, oh my god, Shut up, dude.
The song "Can You Take Me"? It's a great opener though. That's a great opener for an album. It's very, very pop punkish. Cool use of synths as well. So that's my banger on this one. But overall, it's just, I'm at a 1. Maybe this record's a 1.25 for me on our rating system. 1.25 out of 3.
It's pretty high.
Yeah, it's not though. It's not. Ursa Major, it's my number 3. What do you got for number 2? Go.
Number 2, Out of the Vein, their 3rd record.
I don't get this.
Yeah, here we go. You ready for this, baby boy?
Not really.
I think this is more like their first record than Blue was, right? This is pretty much like, this is their first record. It's just, this has no personality, but it's here. Like everything is here. And it's just like, it's just missing that one little thing. Like I just can't quite put my finger on it, but like it's
missing the heaviness
thing, and it's missing fucking Kevin.
Yeah.
And if you threw Kevin into this record and just like the mindset of they had for their self-titled, this could have been just as good as their self-titled record. This record's pretty damn good, but like every song is just like, oh man, that sucked. Like, oh man, that sucked too. Like, but it kind of like, it builds you up. Every single song has something there that I think could have been great, but it was just missing that one little thing. And it's like, fuck off, dude. Like, obviously it was Kevin. Like, we all know that it's Kevin. Like, come on, Steven, come on. Whatever. It's just, it's cool. It's cool because the second half of this record also tries to mimic like the second half of their self-titled. Everything kind of slows down, slower tempos. Slower tempos.
What the fuck was that?
But if you can go to a temple, right? I've never been to a temple. I was thinking like Indiana Jones type of shit when they go to like the Temple of Doom, like down there and shit. Which are probably more temples that are not like that than there are temples that are like that. Yeah. But I don't know. I've never been to one. So
I've never been to a
fucking temple.
Synagogue, nothing?
No.
I haven't either.
Can you use those interchangeably? Synagogues and
it's
temples?
A temple, yeah. You go to temple, you go to the synagogue. Yeah. Same thing.
I have this temple and this temple.
That's true.
That's stupid. Not funny. But it's fine. It's a fine record. Forgot myself.
Got a lot of these were visual things that we were just doing, and wow, if you're not watching, you're just missing out.
Yeah, it's funny. It's one of my favorite jokes in like a lot of movies. And friend of the pod, Joe Yamasta, we the first time we ever watched Half Baked, there was a part in there when he laughs at this girl's joke because he wants to sleep with the girl, so he's gonna laugh at her joke. And she says a joke that's like not funny, and he laughs and he looks at the camera and like breaks the fourth wall and he goes, not funny. He just mouths it like that. I don't know, it was so funny as a kid. And like for fucking the decade, like Joe Yamasta and I would always just like, whenever somebody would say something that wasn't funny, we would laugh and look at each other and go, not
funny. What I've always liked about Joe is that he will take a joke and he will reference that joke forever. Forever, dude. He will never not reference a joke. He could say it a million times. He will still think it's as funny as the first time he ever said it, and he will run it into the ground. I love it. And it makes it even funny. It makes it actually funny because it's just
the dedication to that bit is what.
God damn, dude, that's what he does all the time. It's so fucking funny. God, I miss that guy.
I Forget Myself gave off serious, like playful Angels and Airways Tom vibes. That's all I wanted to say. And it's because of those shouty kind of O's.
Okay.
I was like, yeah,
All
it sounded
right.
like Tom. I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of like Angels and Airwaves. I like this. It's kind of cute.
No,
Yeah, that
it's
was
good.
it. Out of the vein.
I feel
I'm
like
still.
I feel like Third Eye Blind had something to do with Angels and Airwaves. Do you recall anything? Like, did they tour together? Oh, you know what? I think I know what it was.
What was it?
I think Third Eye Blind was on the Mod Life website that Tom had.
Oh,
I think that's what it was. Like with Kanye and Jack White and all that shit, all those other bands.
yeah. I don't know if they ever like did anything together, but possibly like that.
I feel like they were.
like
Yeah, they. I think they collaborated somehow. But anyway, whatever. 0-2.
Go ahead.
My number 2 is Blue. Yeah. It's got to be. Nothing could be better than the self-titled record. Blue is my number 2. The first 4 songs, like it's just banger, 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 and then after Never Let You Go, it falls off quick. I mean, it's crazy that decline in kind of, I don't want to say quality, but just like melodies and just songwriting.
That's quality.
They
dude.
just,
Yeah.
I guess that is quality. It sucks because those first 4 songs hit so hard. The first 4 songs are heavier than everything they've done on the first record, but still equally as melodic. And then Never Let You Go. I mean, I would argue that's like top 3 Third Eye Blind. I mean, that song is just absolutely incredible. It's so fucking good. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll give you top 5, but not top 3. No. Nope.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna do it.
But yeah, I don't know. Outside of the first 4 songs, the album is, I don't want to say forgettable, but it's just not that great, man. I would give this record, I'd give it a 1.5 out of 3 for me. Because I'm never going to go back to it, but it's definitely worth listening to and hearing the last of the collaboration between Steven and Kevin. But yeah, anyway. Blue.
This record's stupid.
When I first started this, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get this on vinyl. I'm for sure gonna get this on vinyl. And then after Never Let You Go, I could not. I cannot go over how much this album tapered off after that song. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Stupid. But even if you just take like their 2 biggest songs from this record out of this record, like it's not good. It's not a good record.
It's not. All right, so obviously the number 1 for both of us is Third Eye Blind's Third Eye Blind, self-titled record, hands down.
It's all right.
The best record. So yeah, stay tuned for the main episode as we get into that record. We break down the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. Thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars, tell your friends, and that's it. That's all.
Stupid chickens.